Now, how grave are these economic losses to the farmers?
Yeah, the irony of it is that this is something that is a tremendous loss, thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars of loss on an annual basis to praedial larceny. Has been plaguing Barbados for a very long time. The recent introduction of the Agricultural Produce Act of 2022 has put in the stiffer penalty of 100,000, which was prior 5,000, and 5 years imprisonment. But even that itself is not sufficient.
Now, is this the reality of the situation? Farmers having to patrol in order to secure crops or livestock?
Yeah, that is a challenge. It's a severe one. We have been having consultation with the Ministry of Agriculture, and the incentive and the rebates program, I'm pretty confident will be reformed to include recent technologies of chip and drone technology. And that's something that we're going to equip our farmers with the ability to help with the patrols, as well as teaming up like what they would do in terms of a community watch, where farmers can join together to assist one another in this tedious process. But it is very, very challenging. And then even individuals who would attempt to take the opportunity to reap crops that they didn't produce, is totally reprehensible.
Do the farmers report to the police, or have they just become so fed up that they just accept the losses?
No, they do report matters to the police, but as you understand, that process is a lengthy one. By the time it gets to the police, the perpetrator has left the property and with no sight in mind. I mean, sometimes the supermarkets are now putting things in place where you have to have a farmer's ID and proof of production, but that in itself is not sufficient. So the Ministry of Agriculture, the Barbados Agriculture Society, and our farming community, we are working assiduously to find solutions to this vexing problem within the society.
And in what provisions would you like to see in terms of protection, whether it be gun licenses, security cameras, or drones? I know you mentioned technology earlier.
Right. So that in itself is something that we have been contemplating, and I know that it is front of mind for the Ministry of Agriculture. The drone technology is something that we have a tremendous amount of concern about, and certainly consideration to be put in place, with the possibility of actually having a drone unit in the Ministry of Agriculture, twinning with the BAS to provide those services, and maybe the assistance of the Barbados Police Service as well as the Defense Force. In terms of gun licenses, we know there's a process to be gone through for that. The chip technology is another piece of technology that has been utilized most recently, and it has reached success. And we anticipate that within the next few weeks and months, that is something that is going to be fully in focus.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Henderson Williams, the president of the Barbados Agricultural Society, speaking on this morning's incident in St. Philip. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.